What's up, everybody? We got a great stream lined up today. It's Friday. Let's see this chat flying by. Let's see those emojis. I want to see how you're doing. We're going to be getting going here in just a second. It says 5 minutes, but it may be a little bit quicker than that. If the BitLab stream ends more quickly, then we will be hopping on as soon as they end. So I just want to say how much I love and appreciate each and every single one of you. I hope you're having a good week. I know I'm having a good week. Productive, feeling good, centered in my head and my heart. Active, baby. Let's get it. I want to see you guys drop those emojis in the chat. How are you feeling? Are you buying? Are you selling? What are you up to? Where are you at today? There we go. Does the mic sound a little better now? I think I'm glad I caught that before the stream started. I think that the the webcam mic was on. Yeah, it does. I can hear it on the playback. All right, everybody, we're gonna be getting going here in just a moment. So let's get involved. Everybody, hit that like button. Hit everything you can. Subscribe, like, hit that ding the bell. Drop your comments in here. Throw a 1 in chat if you are here. Roll call, everybody. Let's get this going. We're gonna be getting this stream kicking off here in a little under 3 minutes. All right, let's see who we got in the house. I'm gonna shout you out. Everybody comment right now. What'd you say, Alexander G? Volume a little low? Is the volume a little low? Oh. Check, check, check. Volume should be a little better. We got people rolling in. I want to see everybody in the chat. How you feeling? How you doing? Let's go ahead and get. Check, check. Just making sure everything's good before we go. Hannah's in the house. We got Alexander G. We got B Team Crypto, Alex Green, Mark Dutch, Fade and TradFi, Alexandra G, Crimson Caravan Company, Brandon Buttrey, Justin Eubanks. Shout out to Justin Eubanks, always here. Been around for many years in the community. Big love to you. Hannah Hughes, what's up? Objectively Real Reality, Objectively. Great name. Jeanette, how you doing? How you feeling? Black Ice, Dale Rodriguez, Atropine, Ryan Oligny. Who else we got in the house? We got everybody here. Everybody's rolling in. All right, everybody, I think it's time to kick this off. So hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We're going to be breaking down some charts, some things showing about when this dip may be coming. Is it already starting, or are we going to go up from here? The levels that we need to watch. So what coins do you want to see some TA on? We're going to be breaking it down, so get involved. Let's do this. If you're new here, welcome to the show. We're about to kick it off. What's up, everybody? Good morning, good afternoon, good night. Welcome to the BitLab Academy daily stream. We are streaming today from my living room. That's right. I had to get some stuff done around my area and at the house. And you know what? I'm always going to be here as much as possible, even if I'm not in the studio. But we have the charts with us. We live in the digital age. So I just want to shout out everybody. Let me know. Throw a 1 in chat if audio, visual, everything's good. The home setup's always some issue with AV, but hopefully everything's good to go. Shout out to everybody here. If you're new here, let us know that you're new here. We're going to welcome you in. This is a positive, empowering, wonderful community of people that just want to see this market move forward. And we want to do that together. We want to share our failures so you don't step in those failures. We want to share our wins so we can ask, how the hell did you do that? And that's what this channel is all about, breaking down those strategies, breaking down those tools, resources, providing you everything you need so you can dominate in this space. If you haven't been here before, welcome to the show. My name's Kellam. I hope to see you here around often. This is a wonderful, hopefully this can be a spark in your day and give you some courage about what's happening in this market. And if you haven't yet, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and triple, quadruple, double tap that bell there, ding it, so you get the notifications when we go live. Now, I want to talk about a couple things here. What's going on in the markets? We got some really good things that we're going to be talking about. But before we dive into that, what do the charts look like as we start the show? First off, we're going to get that very boring chart. Oh my God, it's so boring. Look at this weekly chart. But is it boring? Ask yourself, is this boring on a weekly chart on a span all the way back to October? We've just been pushing to the upside. Volumes very slowly. It's kind of flat, trying to tick up, but not quite yet. But if we zoom out on this and look, I want you to notice something here on the trend fuel on the bottom. Trend fuel on the bottom does show that the stochastics are relatively high, RSI is relatively high, and they're looking like they're trying to angle down. In addition to that, we also see the momentum wave angling down. We can also look at this on other indicators like Lux Algo. Lux Algo shows this oscillator matrix is also getting a little, it's having a little trouble continuing to the upside. It's a little overheated at the moment, and that's not the worst thing in the world. That may mean that it's presenting an opportunity for you to buy if there is a dip. We still have this key level that we're watching directly above us, this macro golden pocket at $48,000. Will we hit it? I think we very much will. The question is when. I'm happy about any pullback that we get in the areas that we're at right now, because if we get a pullback, that means I have an opportunity to load up my bags more, to take more opportunity at the price action going up. I'm not mad even if I bought somewhere here and the price is dropping. No, I'm going to lower that average entry. That's the mindset you have to have. Same thing if we look at this on Market Cipher. Similarly, on Market Cipher, you see, look at these momentum waves trying to roll over. We also see the RSIs are joined there together, which typically signifies more, less confusion and more agreement about what's happening. And we also see them angled to the downside. But we do see positive money flow on the Market Cipher and on the BitLab Trend Fuel, this blue wave right here. And interestingly, we see this momentum wave on the BitLab Trend Fuel starting to try to sort of roll over here. But as it's rolling over, we also see that they're all green. Notice these are mostly white. We have two green bars here. All green means that there's a lot of underlying buying pressure. So it's kind of conflicting stories here as we have positive money flow, but this is rolling over, but there's buying pressure in it. But even though there's buying pressure in it, the stochastics and the RSI are coming down and resetting. Now remember, this does not mean market has to come down. I want you all to notice this. If we're looking at this on the BitLab Trend Fuel, you can see it right here with the stochastics and the RSI. If we look at it on the traditional indicators, the RSI, stochastics, money flow starting to roll over a little bit. If we zoom out, let me come on like this real quick. Double click here. There we go. We can tell without even zooming in on the MACD, and I can do it just to show you. You see how this is darker color and this is a lighter color? The second this color flips, when it's the darker color, that means it's expanding in that direction. In this case, bearish, expanding bearishly until we get the lighter color. The lighter color signifies that there's a shift in trend on whether it went from expansion to contraction. Expansion, see this contraction, expansion, contraction. And so you can very easily look at the MACD without even zooming in and see, are you expanding or contracting? This histogram is a measurement of the distance between these two moving averages, okay? So you can have it all big and huge on your chart. You can also just understand how to look at it with a quick look and understand what's going on. And if you see a signal there you want to zoom in on, then double click on that and it will bring it up and you can get better, more resolute view on it. The point here is with MACD, RSI, the general momentum, we've seen on this standard setup of free indicators with MACD, RSI, stochastics, money flow. We can also see on Market Cipher right here where the momentum's rolling over and stochastics are coming down. We can also see on BitLab Trend Fuel, all these same things. They're all presented in slightly different ways. But I just want to point out, just because this comes up here and starts coming down does not mean the markets have to collapse. It's signifying, especially with stochastics and RSI, it's just saying that the underlying strength may start to diminish. And it the price can still push up from there. So don't get caught in a trap that the second you see this, you're just going to short everything. You want to find a confluence of signals. So we're also looking at the weekly chart, so things can still oscillate, quite a few $1,000, if not 10,000 or more, even with this coming down, depending on certain liquidations being hit, markets getting pushed in certain directions, and all these sorts of things. So what I really want to instill in each and every one of you is to have the diligence, the patience to not only stare at a 15-minute chart, to not only stare at a daily chart, whatever chart you look at, you need to look at least 2 or 3 other time frames on that same asset to get a full picture of what's going on. I talked about it a lot early on in the BitLab streams when we launched this channel in February. And shout out to everybody that's here. How many OGs do we have in the house? We have so many people that have been here from the start. We pushed up nearly 10,000 in under a year. Big love to each and every one of you. If you are new here, I urge you, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, join us in this community. We got a great community of people. It's all about positivity and knowledge here. And, but if you've been here from the start, and I see a lot of names in here, we had a couple hundred right as we started, great community of people starting off. But I talked a lot about this 3 cycle theory, or this 3 time frame theory, where we want to look at what cycle we are in the macro, meaning like, let's say 3-day, weekly, monthly. We also want to look at it in the midterm, the daily, 12-hour, 8-hour. And we also want to look at the micro, and that can be divisible all the way down to 30 seconds. Because you may be in a bull market with the bear market trend in the midterm, with the bull cycle trend in the micro. And understanding how all those things line up can really lend itself to you to not jumping the gun too soon on a trade in one direction or another, just because on one time frame you're looking at, especially on the micro, actually I should say, especially on the midterm, that the trend can switch very quickly. That's not in relationship to the trend that you're just watching, because you may be coming up on a macro resistance or a key level that you're not paying attention to because you're locked in only at the 8-hour chart. Now, it doesn't mean you need to blind yourself with data and go through 100 different things every single time, but especially at the beginning of the week. If you don't do it at the beginning, do it at the end of the week. I like to do it kind of at both, and I do it throughout the week as well, but especially going into the weekend. I'm looking here. Let's turn off all the different lines. There's a lot of stuff on here because it's all compressed because we're on the weekly. But looking at this on the weekly chart, we've got these green candles coming up right here. Green candles. Actually, let me rephrase. We have these teal candles, and this is a part of the BitLab intelligence, part of the BitLab trading stack, the indicators that we use, the BitLab intelligence, the BitLab trend fuel, and of course the BitLab volume here, which automatically prints out these order blocks, really key areas to be watching. And these will move based on the time frame you're looking at, because it has to do with how many orders came in quick succession in a particular price region in the order books that shows a lot of liquidity interest at levels. So looking at the volume, the BitLab trend fuel, and then of course the BitLab intelligence here, I want you to notice these teal candles suggest that there was a lot of buying pressure under this candle movement. So we get this yellow candle. This is suggesting stopping volume, and it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to stop and completely come down, but this trend is in a moment right now where it's deciding, is it time to pull back or is it time to push up? I'm curious right now, everybody, every single one of you that's watching, we got 160 people in the room, only 40 of you have hit that like button. What are you doing? Hit the like button. Let's get going. But looking at that chart we were just looking at with the teal candles, the buying pressure, but coming into that stopping volume, this can confuse a lot of people. Whether you're looking at our indicators or you're looking at something else, you got to pay attention to the fact that you never know where the market's going next, what news is coming, but you can look at the technical signals that are in the charts and at least hedge yourself and be prepared for both eventualities. If the market takes off, you're not getting left behind because you have no exposure. If the market drops, you're not out of the picture for being able to take advantage of that market movement to the downside, especially with where we're at right now in the market, with the halving just around the corner, with all these ETFs. We saw this news. If you just watched Discover Crypto, all the talking points from Gary Gensler and BlackRock meeting with the SEC again, and many of these will likely be approved. And they'll likely be approved at the same time, if not in the matter of a couple days, so nobody has first mover advantage. With all that consideration, I'm taking advantage of any dip that there is. Now, the question is going to be with this, you can never know how big a dip is going to be. You can never know. You can have levels mapped out, and that's all you can do. Let me go ahead and set this redirect just so at the end, this will go to, there we go, that is set. All right. Now, coming back here, we got 162 people in the room. Again, if you're new here, welcome to the BitLab stream. We do this every day, 11:45 a.m. Eastern time. I welcome you here. We also do some weekend streams periodically, and in the BitLab members area, in the BitLab Discord, which there's a free area. The link is down below in the description, but also the BitLab members. We have so many different charts we've been sharing in there. Different pro traders, our team, myself, Tim, John Dalton. John Dalton's been sharing some fire. But looking at this, okay, this is telling me we need at least a little bit of caution. And when we zoom out on this, we can see immediately without even doing anything, even if we didn't have indicators on. Let's turn all the indicators off. If we look at this and if you're looking at a chart, you say, well, if this is going to go up, where could it go? And if this is going to go down, where do I have opportunity? Because this has established a bullish trend. This has established a bullish trend because we have the price action consecutively pushing higher. Not only is it consecutively pushing higher, we also have higher lows and higher highs. In this case, this scared a lot of people. A little bit of a bear trap, bear trap right here, only to get launched up. But if this is going to come down, where do we go? If we want to do the most basic TA on this, and this is any coin, look to the next level down. This is going to be ultimately where we really want to watch for price coming back to. On the weekly, the candle bodies are down here in the high 30,000s. If you're looking at this on the daily or the 3-day, you see these the candle bodies and these wicks actually come all the way up here to about 31.6, 31.7. So let's roughly call it $32,000, $33,000 level on a weekly close basis. That doesn't mean it has to happen, but this means we already saw with this indicator turned on, and even without the indicators turned on, we see expansion of bullish momentum to the upside, a little bit of slowing down, and then another expansion. But now we're testing the will of the narrative for the bulls. That's what we want to be paying attention to right now. We're testing the endurance of this bullish narrative. And the fact that now we can look down and we see the strength here is starting to diminish a little bit. This is either resetting for another push, which this could be a little stutter step. We've seen this before. Look, push up, stutter, go. We've also seen it. Let's see if we can find it. This is on the weekly. It's harder to find on the weekly. Typically when you get these, see right here, push up, stutter, go. Now, in this case, this also signaled the pullback was going to happen. Why? Because we see a large expansion here, and then this gets smaller. And then on this pullback, look at this. We have a new low here. Not only that, when we push up, we have a new lower high. So this was signaling to us this was likely going to be a breakdown. Now, if we get a little more advanced, we can also come here. Remember, we're on the weekly. This works on all time frames. If we draw from the top to the bottom, we know that this was pushing up into the golden pocket. So that was also a signal to us where we're at right now. And the reason all this long-windedness is as we come here from the top, Option F or Alt F if you're on PC, or you can come over here to the left side and click on this Fib retracement tool. And if you click, basically what I'm doing is, this is why I have my cursors spread out and crosshairs across the whole screen, so I don't have to take this all the way over here to figure out what that is. I can just look at my crosshair. That's the top of that wick. I drag this all the way down to the bottom of this wick like this. And then if I drag this across, come on, let me zoom out a little bit. If I drag this across like this, that gets the bottom of the wick. This is where that golden pocket is right here. This is why I have macro golden pocket listed on the zone. If we do push up from here, I would expect from a technical basis, if we don't get the ETFs approved before it hits, for instance, if this is just pushing up ahead of ETF approvals, I would be watching for this price action to find some resistance in this area, because we've seen this, we see this on a regular basis. When price action drops, it comes back up and tests the 618, and then the bullish resolve. There's some profit taking at that level, and then you get a pullback from that zone, which is exactly what we saw in 2019. And not only do you see that in 2019 on the macro, if you get onto smaller time frames, these golden pocket hits happen all of the time. And if we go, let's see if I can find. This is on a 4-hour basis. So right here, boom, Option F. It's actually right here. So look at this breakdown, It tested the golden pocket right here. This is the golden pocket, these two close lines together. If you don't see it on your Fibonacci, open your Fibonacci. You can double click on it. When you double click on it, it takes you to the settings. Make sure you have your 618 and 0.618 and 0.65. That's your golden pocket. You can add whatever extensions and stuff you want to add as well, but that's how you get the golden pocket. And you see breakdown, push up, and then you get a retrace down. Now, interestingly, if we come down right here, option F from the bottom, and we can see the retrace to the downside, this made a pass. This made a pass at trying to test down to the golden pocket on the retrace to the downside as well. Didn't quite get there. Wonderful. That's okay. But we can use these golden pockets, these Fibonacci retracement areas. It's the law of nature is essentially what we're looking at. And we know that this golden pocket is going to be a chore for the price action when the Bitcoin price gets up to the zone. It doesn't mean it can't just push up to maybe even to the 786 up here at 57,000 and then get rejected. Maybe we'll get some liquidations. You have to remember at these levels, there's going to be a lot of people shorting because there's a lot of people that understand this TA as well. And one of the things you can do when you're trading, when you're navigating this market is game the system, game what the probabilities are of other people that are trading and investing in this market. This is why also when you see a target on a breakout for a particular coin, if you see a bull flag, for instance, you don't set your ultimate take profit at the exact target level from that breakout because there's going to be many other people that are doing that too. And there's going to be people front running that as well. So this is why when we see this golden pocket here, if price action pushes up in here, this is going to be a little bit of a no trade zone for a moment, especially with the bullishness coming in. Now, if we break through this, I would still be hesitant to just long this if we break through this. I'm still waiting to see how the price action navigates through the end of the holidays through January 2nd to the 10th or the 12th or whatever that is, when that first round of Bitcoin spot ETFs may, everything gets approved, or some, I think the 21 shares may get delayed until March, even though it's its ultimate date. We're going to ultimately have to see what happens because there's so much awareness around this event and the excitement around the capital flow that could come from it, that it is a tradable event. And know this, there's so much excitement around the Bitcoin spot ETFs and their approvals and when it's going to happen. And everybody in the market is so excited about this that you have to know that this is a tradable event. A tradable event does not mean that it's absolutely going to go up. A tradable event means that there's going to be volatility. And the question is, what's your strategy? How are you hedging yourself? And are you putting yourself in the pasture to be a lamb? Are you putting yourself in the pasture to be a lamb at the slaughter? Are you being a shark in the water and taking from opportunity that presents itself? If you're blindly longing on the day that the spot ETFs may get approved based on a tweet somewhere, then you're more likely than not going to be eaten alive. You are going to be food for fodder. This is a tradable event. And the people that have strategy and they're not throwing their life savings on 10X that they cannot lose, but they're still putting it. All they want to do is, expand this capital for their friends and family, but they're risking everything with not using a healthy without using a healthy strategy. Do not be a lamb at the slaughter coming into this next year. We got the markets moving around right now. We're coming up to the macro golden pocket area. We have a huge amount of different resistance levels that we need to test, and the liquidity needs to really substantiate itself and find an equilibrium coming into the halving. So let's be patient here. Let's not donate our money to the game. So where we're at right now, we are at a beautiful spot. Let's break it down to a bit smaller time frame. We've got 169 people in the room. If you haven't hit that like button, what are you doing? Join us here. Hit that like button. You're pushing crypto forward when you do. Just know that. So here we go. Here's a good example of what we were just talking about with levels. Price action pushing up. People are longing this because they don't want to miss this if this breaks out again like this. But what you're doing if you're longing right here without any consideration for strategy is you're putting yourself into a predicament because we have not, at this point, anywhere in here, have not yet even cleared the previous lows. In this case, we pushed up to those lows and have been chopping around trying to get those, trying to take out that previous price action, only to have price action ultimately reverse. And if we go from the top here, option F, to the bottom there, and look at that. Where's price action having struggle? Right in the golden pocket. feels, once you get the hang of these, this ultimately becomes like, you feel like it's a little bit of a magic bullet, but it can bite you in the ass if you don't use this correctly, because it is an art. There's no exact place to put a Fibonacci or how, why, when, where. But you start creating a structure around what your practice is on this. So not only did this come up to the golden pocket, and I see, I forget who, somebody in the Discord, somebody in the Discord posted in our community, and I was going to outline this too. I saw this right before it was it members chats. Somebody this right here. Tiggle Biddies. Shout out Tiggle Biddies if you're in the house. We have this pretty large, this is on Quant. This is a diamond pattern. You see this on Quant? Similarly, the reason why this made me think of Bitcoin is because if we look at what's going on Bitcoin, there we go. On Bitcoin, let's go to the 2 hour. We see that we kind of have, ignore this wick right here. We kind of have a bit of a diamond pattern itself right here. Option T gives me the trend line. Option T. So you see this diamond pattern. These can be reversal patterns or continuation patterns. These are tricky because they don't tell you which way it's going to go. It's saying there's an attempt in both directions. That's all it's saying. So we had a strong bullish narrative, and then we have an attempt in both directions that ultimately fails. And whichever way this breaks out tends to be the direction that move goes. In this case, we had a strong push up, and I would argue that this is a reversal pattern in this case, because on the push up here, we find a diamond pattern below the weekly, below the range lows from the previous, this previous range. So we're pushing up into this, and we're struggling. The bulls are struggling and they can't do it. So ultimately this is now coming down. And where is it at right now? Look at where the price action is. If we can just delete this Fibonacci, we see the price action comes down to the previous range high right here. Now, if we lose this level, which I think is kind of somewhat more likely than people want it to be, despite all the bullishness. I'm watching this $40,500 range, $40,600. This range right here for me is kind of like a golden Super Bowl opportunity for buying. What I mean by Super Bowl, not the Super Bowl like football, but a bull, Super Bowl, is if we're ultimately very bullish, I would like to see this area come down and be tested and clear this previous, the CME futures gap that is still present, come down and clear this, take that little weight off our ankles, and then bounce from here very strongly and move up. That would be ultimately one of the most bullish things I could see. Yes, we could just go up from here, but when you just keep going up and not doing any of the work of letting the bulls defend their territories as the price comes down, then you end up getting a weak structure on the way up because you get FOMO buyers coming in that are very weak with volatility. And so if this does come down, we're going to shake some of those players out. Don't be one of those players that get shaken out. If this does come down and come into this little area, and the bulls defend this area, which we've already talked about on the last several streams. This is a macro, this blue line is a very strong macro trend line that we are testing that comes up right through where the center of this golden pocket is. Where are we at? Let's get over there. Golden pocket right here. You see this is coming right up into it. So ultimately, I would like to see this test down into this, or continue to chop here, maybe even bounce, and let this come up and provide support somewhere up here in this region. But I'm watching this and having a buy order in this region to accumulate. And if the price drops from there, this is for Bitcoin, not other altcoins and all this kind of stuff. I'm not necessarily putting stop losses on this because I'm doing what's known as position trades. These buy orders I have are position trades. I'm stacking into trying to take advantage of, come on, it's hard with the smaller screens when I'm at home. Position trades. You know, if you buy here and it drops here, you buy again. You're not, because you're taking advantage coming into this halving. This line is a halving, taking advantage of getting your stuff stacked as much as possible right here so you can take full advantage of this. And we're coming into the same time period right here. Anywhere this comes down to, even if it's all the way down to 33, I'm a buyer all the way down at the levels I have set. And I share those levels with you on a daily basis. And we talk about it in the Discord all the time. In fact, Tim actually even shared here on Tim's TA shared, where's it at? Oh, it's down here in the members. Yeah, right here. He was sharing levels that he's watching levels that look interesting for long entries based on key liquidation levels. So Tim was sharing this in the member zone here in the BitLab Discord. If you're not a BitLab member, what are you doing? Go get involved. Join us, bitlabacademy.com. Click that enroll button and join the BitLab All Access, which gives you all the Discord and all the stuff that we're doing, as well as the courses. You can go give refreshers, give your buddy an access, give your mom, give somebody, teach them about blockchain, Bitcoin, and then really learn trading fundamentals, psychology, candles, candle patterns, strategies, indicators. But the real, I mean, this is all great stuff. We're about to be adding some bunch more stuff, but the Discord is really where most of the value is in all this, because we have so much stuff shared in here on a daily basis from some really smart people, and you can make requests and all kinds of stuff. So get involved there. Coming back to the chart, this is that zone I'm watching. If we lose this, I think it's going to be for some, spot ETF denial or, weird sort of change in regulation or something, or, some, who knows? This is the thing about these events that drop price in massive ways, black swans or gray swans. You can't know when they're going to happen, but you can see signs. In this case, we have a push up, a retrace that can't get past the previous lows, and we're going to want to watch this testing area, 39.5 to this $1,000 area. If we lose that, then I think we're going to lose some bullish exuberance, and we're going to have to be looking at that entry opportunity down at 35,000, which I'm okay with. I'd be happy about that. Would you be happy with a $35,000 entry or a $33,000 entry? Or do you want it to go up only from here? Let me know. By the way, we're very close to having some new emojis. I think we have like 15 more members to go, and then we get another emoji or two that we can add. I already got them queued up. And so as soon as we get that level, 15 more members here on the BitLab YouTube, I'll post in the members area. You guys can vote on which one you want to be. This channel ad Discover Crypto. I don't know what that means. What is the Blofin screenshot over the for the week? When is the deadline to upload trades? Discover. So you can do it each week. So with Blofin, definitely sign up with Blofin. Trade with us there. You can share your P&Ls on Twitter and do hashtag Discover Crypto, and we'll be picking each week. And I believe, because we just kicked it off this week, I believe we'll be starting on Thursday next week. I believe, I'm not really sure, but it's going to be, if they didn't draw it, because I wasn't in the office today, they may have done one today, but I believe it's going to be Thursdays or Fridays, and we're going to be looking through those hashtags and whoever has the highest P&L throughout the week. And you could be trading on $10 or $10,000. It doesn't matter. It's a percentage basis. So get in there and you can win $500. Win Kelly on treadmill. You want me to grab the guitar? That's exercise that I do. Now let's jump back into these charts. We got a lot more we want to talk about. I want to jump back over here. This is something very bullish. Even though I'm calling for potential downside, I'm ready for it. This is something I've been mentioning for 3 months or so. This is finally coming to fruition. Under the new rules, changes in fair value of certain crypto assets must be recognized in net income each reporting period. But the point of this is, rather than only showing the loss that you've had over the year, even if you're up 10,000% now, if you were ever at a loss, you only could list your loss if you were an institution, corporation, having balance Bitcoin on the balance on your treasury. It's very unattractive because of the volatility, because if it ever dropped, even if the price went up by the end of the year, you could only show your losses. That is not how accounting should work. So they changed the fair value accounting rules for crypto. And this is one of those things, perfect storm coming into 2024 with the halving and the FASB and the Institute. Guys, I am so excited. If you guys can't tell, I am so excited. 19 more likes. Everybody hit those likes. Let's get up to 100. We do have a giveaway we're doing today, by the way. I'm going to do it at the end of the stream here in about 20 minutes. Remember, head over to the BitLab Academy page, this page right here, at Academy BitLab. Come hit this retweet, hit the like button, and I will be doing a random draw from this comment picker. Well, we're going to drop this into the comment picker, and it'll randomly pick a name from those of you that hit the retweet, hit the like button. We'll be giving away a free month of the BitLab Pro, which is the Discord, the courses, and you also get the indicators with the BitLab Pro, 1 month free. So go over there, share this, even if you don't want that. Yesterday's stream was all about crypto, Bitcoin, why it is not only the shit, but why it's the only alternative if we want to step into the future. So towards the end of it, I do break down some TA, but I do a lot of stuff that points you can share with your friends, your families, your coworkers, even reinstill that why in yourself about if you question, because all of us, maybe you lose some money, do I really want to be in this space? Well, yeah, you do. You just need to fix your damn strategy. And that's why we got BitLabAcademy.com. And you can also tune into the stream anytime you want. We break stuff down here regularly. So shout out to everybody there. Let's see. Do we get any? Okay, no new members this stream. I'm watching that count. So if we get new members, we can add that emoji during the stream. That would be sick. Now, let's go ahead and look at some of this other stuff I wanted to look at. Okay, guys. This is, I thought this was interesting. This is the only up only metric the world has known. Look at this. This is the world debt. This is debt just going up. Why? Because governments don't know how to manage their damn money. You know what that means? They're not managing your money. They're actually de-managing your money. They're devaluing every dollar you have based on their mismanagement. Bitcoin is the only asset that we can look to really step into the future. Just reinstill that for you. And this is something very important for all you bulls out there. And I am a bull. Right here, we see breaking. China's central bank injects record monthly amount into money markets. Probably nothing. Right? China expands cash coffers with 13th consecutive loan injection. Let's see what this is going to mean. But I know when I read that, it made me feel, let me see if I can find it. When I read that, it made me feel like this right here. Where's it at? It made me feel like this because this is what we want to see. And this is evident when we look at the charts. And this is a chart I've been talking about with all of you for so long here, is this global liquidity metric. How much global liquidity is out there? And we see this drawdown right here. Bitcoin price was struggling. We had a push up, sell off, push up, sell off, push up, sell off. It wasn't until right here, which actually somewhat front ran this price action moving up, liquidity ticking up. Now I was a little concerned right here on this little tick right here, because you see this pushed up and we had a little bit of what it's starting to look like now. Maybe we had a little bit of a bull flag on global liquidity. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine? I mean, can you imagine if you did TA on global liquidity, the fact that we have a bull flag potentially that formed and is breaking out? Looking right here on this chart, you can see right here on this chart, you can see that you have this downward pressure on global liquidity coming out of global markets. Price action was sideways. And then we started getting an injection in global liquidity rising, AKA fuel for the bulls to push risk assets higher. We need this liquidity if we want risk assets to really explode. Now we had this little bit of a downtick, which worried me, but it's looking right now like that's pushing out. And we can see on the recent post that we saw from, and we can see, where's it at? And we can see where the hell is it at? There we go. And we can see on the recent post from Dr. Jeff Ross from Genevieve Rock Dector, China's central bank injecting record amount of money into their economy, into markets, global liquidity. Are we about to see an absolute skyrocket of fuel for this bull market in conjunction with everything else that we've been seeing, in conjunction with the FASB rules, institutions on the sideline, spot ETFs about to get approved, and the halving, and now we see global liquidity ticking up? It's a perfect storm. Do you agree? Come and join us at BitLab Academy if you haven't yet. Now, I want to continue on here. A couple more things, and then we're going to be doing some TA on some alts. We got 166 people in the room. I want to see every single one of you hit that like button, and I want to see every single one of you drop an emoji in the chat. If you're a member, drop your favorite emoji. Are you bullish or bearish right now? If you're not a member, what are you doing? Join us, baby. But you let me know. Christmas looks good. 'Tis the season. That's right. Oh, I do. One of the emojis is a smiley face with the sunglasses and a Santa's hat. The other one is a shopping cart with price action going into it, like buy the dip and then shoots out. I forget what the other one is. I think it's just a lab. because we're BitLab. We doing ugly Christmas sweater pick? Hey, you guys want me to throw on ugly? No, I'll do it next week. I got a great ugly Christmas sweater. All right, now let's jump in here. I want to look at this. There's nothing bearish about breaking above resistance range. You see this right here? This resistance range, and look at where price. Look, you see how this previous price action gives you a signal as to where you need to be watching for some interaction. Look at this. Previous level, chop, 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 breakout. And look at this. We cleared this beautifully and came down and tested it. This is a total 2. This is everything excluding Bitcoin, Ethereum, and all the alts. Are you bullish? Golly, I know I am. This is what we want to see. It doesn't mean this has to go up, and away. This may do something like this. Just because we have this breakout here doesn't mean this retest means go. It means we're getting the right structure set up so we can look to higher prices. Now, looking at this chart right here, we're talking about the bull. We're talking about the altcoin bulls. Watch your alts stacking in the bear, which is down here. All this, stacking the bear has proven incredible gains so far. But if you jump in now, it doesn't mean it's a wrong time to jump in, but you need to understand what may be happening right now before you jump in, because if you're jumping in with paper hands, you're going to get eaten alive. Because where we're at right now, we are in a chop zone before absolute ultimate liftoff. And when we look at this chart right now, you have to have the fortitude to hold, because this push up does not mean it cannot have that. If we get that pullback we're talking about on Bitcoin, and Bitcoin pulls back another 5, 8, 12, 20%, anything like that, altcoins will likely have a somewhat delayed reaction, but then also pull back as well. So don't jump into bonk because you saw George have 1,200% gains. Jump in because you saw those gains. It's on your radar. You do some diligence. You map it out on your own chart, and you pick an entry based on the price action targets that you have. Unless you're buying and you're okay with losing, that's an okay strategy too, especially with meme coins. But you have to be okay with losing and not chopping in and out of the market. But this, all in all, to say, look at where we're at right here with this. This is a Gaussian channel, and this is showing all red right here until we ultimately push up out of it. And then it flips green, and this is proven to be strong bull market. Similarly back here, strong bull market. Where we're at right now, we are out and above this. It's not yet flipped green. And it doesn't mean this is just going to go straight up, but strong bull market is on the horizon. So plan accordingly. Now, this one right here, short-term holders. This is one of those things that gives me belief that we may see a little bit of price action coming down, because look, short-term holder realized price and profit loss margin. The short-term holders profits are at high levels, which in the past has signaled a price correction maybe in the cards. So it's these kind of things that we can utilize, especially with on-chain data in Bitcoin, understanding the composition of the market and the behavior and the different profit levels different types of traders are in. Because if everybody's in profit, that's euphoria, and the markets are going to at least reverse for a small period of time. That's what happens. And we can see this when we look at Glassnode. This is shown very evidently in the percent supply and profit. Look at this metric. Look at how high this is. This is getting very close up into this red zone, which this is very similar to where we were right here pre-halving when we had this large sell-off. Similarly right here, this is the last push up before the halving. Then we had the sell-off. The halving was right here. And look at this. We got very high, very frothy. And then we got that little bit of a pullback. Now, do we get an 8% pullback? Do we get a 35% pullback? Let's see what the cards align and show us, but things are getting a little frothy, so let's be patient. Yeah, now I think it's time. Let's do about 10 minutes worth of TA and break down what we want to break down. Now, let's go out of here. Let's look over here at Cardano, because Cardano has been making some moves, but there's one key thing I want you to notice right here. What's the first thing I'm noticing on this chart? What is the first thing I'm noticing on this chart? We're looking at this breakout, boom, breakout, push out, breakout, retest, continuation. Great. But what are we seeing? I want you to just remember to do this regularly. So on this move right here, okay, option T, Let's measure this. We can measure it from here or from here. It's not going to matter with what we're doing. But we see this line right here. Now, I want you to just take this line over to this next bullish impulse and tell me, is it bigger, smaller, or the same? It's less than half the size of the previous bullish impulse. If you're not sure if bullish momentum is being lost, that's the easiest way to look. You can say, how big was this impulse? What's the next impulse? This impulse currently is half the size of what the previous impulse was before it really pulled back. So this is giving me a little bit of toppiness feeling. It doesn't mean it can't just absolute lift off from here, but this is why we're going to want to see what happens in this region. We got a little bit of a trend line that's forming right here because we have 1, 2, and then we have the third area. If we lose this area, I think we'll be coming down into the 60-cent region, and potentially, we're going to want to watch if this does come down further. This is a target marked out, so we can delete that. It's not a trend line. So we just need to be a little bit patient right now. And this is one of those things with altcoins. For me, I'm more of in a DCA mode right now for altcoins, and on smaller altcoins, I am doing some very small time frame scalp trades. But I just want to just urge caution right here because this is pushed up, loss of momentum. This is testing a key level. If we do break out from here, great. We could still potentially be pushing up to that 82 cent level, that 80 cent level that if we go like this, see. This was the target. Yeah, look, see, we went right to that target. You see that? Boom. Look at where price action went to. It's crazy how this is. But if we really took this target to account for where we would be going, this would take us, let me go like this. Let me delete this guy. Let's actually move this there because that's kind of more appropriate. But you see, this takes us into the 80 cent range, depending on how you're going to draw it. And I drew this very fast, so the numbers can be a little janky, but in the 80s. So people see that and they don't take any profit, but this very well may reverse and have a correction and come back down. So we also see, look at this, bearish divergence right here on the Lux Algo oscillator. If we look at BitLab Trading Stack, BitLab Trading Stack shows that very clearly too. See this very clearly. See how all these RSI, stochastics, the only thing's the same. RSI and the momentum both have a much higher previous high and a lower high subsequently. And that same time period, higher high. These are going in opposite directions. Strength is coming down while price is moving up, signaling a little bit of weakness. Let's see what happens right here. We can figure it out. Let's look at Link. I saw somebody's asking about Link. Oh, my back hurts. Oh, when I sit in this chair at home, hurts my back. The doctor says I need a bacchiotomy. All right. Link. Where you at? All right. So we had a bit of a trend line here. Gonna come over like this. Yeah. I don't remember why I had that like that. Oh, yeah. We kind of delete that. So trend line here, look, we lost it. This is, we had a little bit of an attempt here, but this feels like a little bit of a bull trap. This feels like a bull trap. We're coming up into these previous lows. And then not only that, this is, reversing back down, and everything's still angled down. Look at this small little baby wave right here, bullish momentum wave. I would be targeting, probably back into the 14s and potentially down into the 13s and 12s. We're going to have to see how this plays out. If the market pulls back, then we're going to be looking more likely at testing this level down here at 12, 31, and 11 sort of zone. Why is that? Because we have a lot of orders right here, and this order block is directly above where these previous highs are. So I'm really looking at this potentially coming down, testing, kind of like bouncing like an egg or like a ball. Bounce, rise, and then coming down ultimately to that level. Where's that other chart that I had? Damn it. Right here. This is why. So this is it. So you see these highs over here coming across right here, right? The 786, that's at the 967 sort of mark. So if this does, and I put this in the BitLab newsletter, by the way, which you can get for free if you want. All you got to do is go over to bitlabacademy.com, scroll down, and this pops up. Put in your email. I dropped in some great alpha this week. Just put it out like 2 days ago. Where were we at? Right here. So this is ultimately where I'd really like somewhat of a dream buy in this situation. If we do pull back, I'm looking at this area down here, but I have levels for the price action down here at 14, which is this trend line below us, support, and also these previous lows. If we lose that, I think we're going to be testing down into this golden pocket down here at the 11 mark. If we do find our footing and the price rises, I'm watching this level up here in the $17 to $18 range because of this level. Once we break out of that, the next target, if this does play out fairly soon, so this doesn't get too long, the longer this gets, the more this feels like we're going to have a quick move back down, kind of like a Bart Simpson pattern. But if this does push up and take this level out, 1780 sort of region, 1790, basically breaking 18, then our next target is up here at 36. But remember, this is on a 3-day chart. So this is this move all the way up to the high. That took 21 days to get up there. So don't expect this to have one candle up. It will likely, when it does break out, slowly work its way to the upside. Now, HBAR, we haven't looked at HBAR. Look at that bad boy right there. 3-day, we had this sort of mapped out, and this was the target. Man, I'll be sharing some alpha with you guys. Look at that, almost cleared all the way up to it. And where did it stop? Where did it stop? Right at the order block that was already on the chart. If you have the BitLab trading stack, I'm telling you guys, get yourself an indicator that draws this stuff out for you in a very simple way. The BitLab volume, that's part of the stack, really does a great job with these order blocks. It really gives you a clear picture of what's going on. So let's get down to the 4-hour and see what's going on. So we got a look at this little arc up, little M formation, makes you want to believe it's going to break down, but we never broke this low. We never broke the low. People see this and go, Kelly said M formations are reversal patterns. They can be if they break that direction. But you see how the price action did not break the previous low? That would be the confirmation of the M pattern. So that didn't happen. It ended up rounding out, pushing back up, coming down. We have a bit of a, do we have a bit of a trend line here? Not really. So this is trying to make its moves to the upside, and we're seeing an increase in the bullish momentum here with these two pushes right here. For this push up, a little bit of cool off, a little bit larger push up, a little bit of cool off. But as it stands right now on the 4-hour, stochastics angle down, RSI angle down, momentum wave angle down, and what do we have? Oops, what do we have? We have a bullish divergence between the momentum waves right here. If we really zoom out of that, you can see that this momentum wave is higher than this previous one, the secondary one. And it's kind of been in a trend like this. See this? And what's been going on from the trend when this started? Price action has been rocketing up as this underlying strength is showing a little bit of weakness. So let's watch for a bit of a pullback. If we do get a pullback, I'm watching in this region right here about 7.8 cents and really down to 7.6 because we have an order block down here. So potentially a wick down into this if we're going to remain very bullish. If we come down and test this and hold this level, then ultimately we can push back up. But if we come down and lose this level, we may be testing down here into the 6.74 cents. Key, let's look at quant. And then we'll look at key. We haven't looked at quant in a while. Remember, I called this for you guys so beautifully. I was talking about this price action right in here. And when the price action pushed up, it pushed up to, it was just holding down here, and the whole market was moving, and this was just sitting still. And then look at this, move up. Another move up. We have a strong bearish divergence. It comes back and tests, gives you another opportunity at 96, under $100. And then pushes up again, gives you another opportunity. But what are we also seeing right here? This was painting the picture. This is getting a little bit of a roundingness right here. You see that? A little bit of a roundingness showing that the bearish initiative is losing its ability to really do anything. And so on this move right here, and we see a flip right here from bearish to bullish money flow. That's why this goes from purple to blue. Let's get the darker lines on there. There we go. purple to blue. And not only did it do that, but the price action started moving up immediately following this bullish divergence, two bullish divergences right here. Stochastics hidden bull and demand index hidden bull in conjunction with the price action we're seeing and everything. So on this push up right here, we do got this, things feel uncertain right now because there's reasons for the market to pull back, but there's so much underlying speculation about big fundamental changes that are going to come and access with ETFs and the FAS, all this speculation, people don't want to sell. So we're getting these attempts. Look at this push up. This was trying to be almost like a head and shoulders. And technically it was. See, shoulder, head, shoulder. This is a shoulder right here. This is a head. This is a shoulder. And we can tell also because we have basically a neckline that comes in right here. And this was a failed head and shoulders so far. We had an attempt to the downside, but immediately bullish divergences came in, showing underlying strength was ticking up as price was moving down. And then price action moves higher. The problem I have with this right now is we have this attempt lower. What do I always talk about? When you see a push up, if you get a new low in this range, like basically you get a lower low from the current range that you're trading in, followed by a lower high, this could signal market weakness and this could come back and test back down to the lower, test 106 all the way down to 101, 102 region. So I'm a little hesitant right now on quant, but it has not moved nearly as much as a lot of the other altcoins. And so even though I'm hesitant looking at a 6-hour chart, in terms of a position trade, I may layer into this over the weekend and just start to, I think I'm going to add this to my DCA schedule, start getting into this. 5 more likes. We get 100 followers. By the way, if you haven't yet, we're doing the giveaway here in a couple minutes. Head over to the BitLab Academy stream Twitter page right here at Academy BitLab. Retweet this tweet. I'll share it in the chat right now. Retweet this and hit the like button on it. You will be entered to win 1 free month of BitLab Pro. And remember, even if you already have BitLab, enter this. You can gift this membership to a friend or family member. So get involved there. Share this out. Get the word out to your friends and family. In fact, I want to come over here. We'll look at that last one. I saw one of the Dave Middleton, you're in here all the time, so I'll look at key for you. I don't know if I've ever even looked at key. So look at that beautiful bull flag. I'm going to do a quick analysis on this. Bull flag, we have the flag there. Okay, so the measurement on this would be all the way up here. That would be a move from where we're at now. That would be are you kidding me? 250% move. Well, I'm not going to say that that's going to happen. Let's come out here and look at the 3-day chart. Okay, so man, this guy's making, man, golly, this has not been on my radar at all. This has not been on my radar at all. Thank you, David Middleton. But look at this chart, man, what a beauty. So option T, it's also a newer coin, so it's going to be a lot more liquidity. Let's go ahead and look at this really quick. So coin market cap. And now we're going to come here. We're going to type QI, come to, is it Benki? Is this, wait, is this the AVAX? Is this the AVAX meme coin? You guys let me know. Benki markets. Yeah, so this is okay. This is exactly what I thought it was. I didn't know that the ticker was QI. So this is where you can get it. Man, you can get it on Coinbase. I'm gonna have to drop 1,000 in that today. That is not financial advice because it's also moved. But I'm okay throwing it in and holding it. I'm not going to be shaken out of the volatility. But it's on Binance, Coinbase, KuCoin. Yeah, it's on everything. Trader Joe. Trader Joe is something you should all be looking at as well. Because I don't know if you saw this, by the way, dropping some alpha here. I shared it on my Twitter page as well. Where is it at? Let me see. There's something I posted about this. Right here. Avalanche yearly fees generated 12.58 million. Trader Joe yearly fees generated 24 million. So twice the yearly fees, basically profitable business model. And market cap for AVAX 7 billion, while Trader Joe only has a market cap of 250,000. Is that right? That feels quite low. But key, you can find, you come over here, you click on markets, you can see where it's found. Now come over here, we're going to look at Trader Joe. Trader Joe, I think it's just Joe. Yeah, so Joe. And market cap is now 250 million. I don't know why he put 250,000. 250 million. 250 million market cap, but that's still relatively low. If it's on the coin market cap rankings, it's what number is it? It used to have the number right next to the name, so you don't have to go back and find it. Do you guys know what its rank is on CoinMarketCap? I don't know. I don't want to go search through the list. But look at this over the year. I mean, this is already coming back. Is that all-time highs? No, we're near all-time highs. But this is great. This means that there's been price discovery all the way up here. So there's a reason to believe it can get up there again. However, there are 464 million Joe tokens, max supply 500 million. Yeah, so this is something I'm going to be looking at. I'm going to be playing in the DGM plays here a little bit because I've been getting my longer term position set. Now I can allocate some of that crazy money capital with very small percentages, and I do not recommend it to anybody. Do it at your own risk. But these things, when they start moving, they're going to move. AVAX, look at this move. I mean, let's get down to the 1 hour. So look at this. Golly, pushing up. We do have some bearish divergence here from this level. No, we don't. From this level, yeah, we do. From this level to this level, which is here to here, much higher, but it's quite a bit lower. We do have 4 bullish divergences forming right before this small little pullback we're having. Hidden bullish divergence, stochastic, demand index, and on balance volume. Let's watch for this level right here. These things, when they move, if it drops, it's going to drop fast. If it goes up, it's going to go up fast. So do not trade. Don't be scared of the volatility. And I would not recommend doing don't put large amounts of capital that take a disproportionate size of your portfolio with something like this. It's worth throwing, $50, $100, $1,000 in, depending on how much capital you have that is disposable. Okay. But if this does drop, I'm watching for a potential opportunity down here at 1.6, 1.7 cents. If this does push up and take out, look at this, 2 order blocks directly above our head. 2 order blocks, 3 order blocks directly above our head. How do I know it's 3? Because this is an order block. This is an order block right here, which very, no. So it's just 2 order blocks, this one here and this one here, and they overlap right here. So if this does push up, this is perfectly in line with where this sort of resistance, suggested resistance is. These things have very small market caps, so they can move very quickly. You can have a liquidity wick come up here and come right back in and then drop. So if we do take out these levels up in this region, tight stop loss, and if you're going to do any leverage at all, which I don't recommend, because this thing is leverage itself. But the target on this is 250% higher, and price discovery after that. But everybody, I love you all. What are you trading? I want to see all of you that are in here right now. If you're new, raise your hand right now. Join us here in the community. Join the membership here on the BitLab YouTube, and at minimum, but join us in the BitLab Academy membership, bitlabacademy.com. Hit that enroll now. Sign up here. I do a free newsletter every week that I drop alpha. We cover all of it in great detail in the BitLab Academy, but I drop some free alpha every week, signing up right here. And you can enroll right here. We have all the courses you want. And really the true value is here in the Discord. Come in here, look at the scalps that are getting set up, the setups, the gym chats, the altcoin trades. And I want to know, each and every one of you that's watching right now, have you hit the like button? Have you hit the subscribe button? Have you dinged the bell? And I want to know what 3 coins most excite you. I want to know a larger, like a mid-cap coin. I want to know a DGM play, and I want to know something that is like, you're not recommending it, but you really think it go up. Let me know what you're looking at. Comment right now in the live chat and comment down below if you're watching anytime later. I hope you all have an absolutely fantastic weekend. I love you all. I appreciate you. I'm going to a Christmas party tonight. I'm wearing an ugly sweater, and it's going to be good. You guys want to see the ugly sweater? If we did we get over 100? Oh, I got to do the giveaway. Man, I almost forgot. It's the giveaway time. So you guys want to see me do an ugly sweater? If we can get 20 more likes, I'll put on the ugly sweater. You guys are going to love it. So we got to get 127 likes total, and I'll show you the ugly sweater. It's ridiculous. And it's not just ugly. It's pretty funny. So it's while you guys are hitting that like button, if we get to 130, we're at 108 now. So that's 22 likes. I will throw on that ugly sweater for you right now. So everybody hit that, and we're going to do the giveaway right now. So coming over here, we're going to log in. Are we logged in? Logged into BitLab? Yes. Okay. Get the data. I think I actually need to log back in here. Let's do that. Log in. Okay, we're logged in. That's the tweet, and user must like the tweet also. And get Twitter data. Man, you guys hit that damn like button. We got it. I guess most of you have. We got 109 likes. We got 142 people in the room. If we get over 115, I'll put the sweater on for you. It's a Friday. Let's do it. Okay, we got the Twitter data. Now let's see which one of you won the BitLab Pro 1 month. And you're going to want to get in the Discord and on Twitter. We're going to verify it's the right person, okay? And that's how you're going to claim it. We'll set you up. Let's see who won. Quarter Crawler, what's up? Big shout out to you. You're here all the time. I'm glad you won it. Big love to you. I appreciate you. I love you. We got 110 likes. Everybody, if you're watching right now, exit out of the live chat, go down, hit that like button. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit the damn subscribe button. Join us here. We got a great community here breaking down everything that's going on in these charts and tools and resources and everything. Okay, it looks like we're getting close. So I'm going to go grab the sweater. All right, you ready? Can you see it? This is not all. You ready for it? Are you ready for it? That's right. That's what I love about not taking life too seriously. You got to be fun. You got to enjoy yourself. Do things that make you happy. Do things that help uplift other people. Love each other. Everybody. I just want to let you know how much I appreciate y'all. Happy holidays wherever you're at, whatever you celebrate, whoever you celebrate it with. Do it with love. Do it with everything you got. Hope you all have an absolutely wonderful weekend. I will see you all on Monday for sure, but get in the Discord. I might be doing some stuff this weekend, those members, and that's all I got. Adios. Have a good weekend. Adios, muchachos. Thank you for coming. Thank you for always tuning in. You thought I was going to sing the song, didn't you? Hit that like button. Join us. Head over to bitlabacademy.com. Have a great weekend, everybody.